The alien council watches with confident disdain as Earth's defenses flicker online. But a sudden, devastating human counterattack shatters their assumptions. Alien leaders reel in fear and confusion, while a lone human commander embraces the deadly calm before war erupts. The first strike turns the galaxy's expectations upside down. Inside the vaulted chamber of the Solari High Council, enormous crystalline screens shimmered with real-time surveillance of the distant blue planet known as Earth. The translucent figures of the councillors hovered, their many limbs folding and gesturing in choreographed disdain. Primitive, hissed Scarith, his segmented eyes narrowing as a holographic display showed what the Solari believed were mere mineral extraction facilities. They are still in the Bronze Age compared to our fleets. Yet they refuse our envoy, replied Councillor Melra, her voice a whisper of silk and venom. A calculated insult or madness? Suddenly the screens flickered. A pulse of energy erupted from Earth's orbit, a series of coordinated bursts, unlike anything the Council expected. Status report, barked the chief observer. A junior analyst's voice trembled. Unknown signatures detected, deploying countermeasures. They're activating warships, but their technology is unlike anything catalogued. Their weapons are charged. The room shifted, an uneasy ripple of fear breaking through arrogance. What madness is this? They attack first? Scareth's voice cracked, disbelief sharp as a blade. Far below on Earth, Commander Mara Jansen watched the same energy bloom across the starry sky from the bridge of the Aegis Sentinel, the flagship of Earth's orbital defense fleet. Her jaw clenched as systems hummed, weapons locking onto the approaching alien vessels. They came for a soft target, she murmured, voice calm but steely. They found a Deathworld instead. The crew held their breath as the countdown to the counterstrike began. A solitary hand reached to press the ignition sequence. The screen went dark, except for a single flashing line. This is Earth. We did not ask for war, but we will end it. The silence that followed was a promise, a prelude to annihilation. The Solari Council chamber fell into stunned silence. The first power shift of the war, unfolding like a dark star being born. As Earth's Deathworld defenses ignite, alien fleets reel from unexpected devastation. Commander Mara leads the fleet through the chaos, balancing brutal efficiency with a haunting empathy. Meanwhile, alien officers struggle to comprehend human ruthlessness, sparking doubt and desperation. The battle's fury reveals a galaxy, unprepared for Earth's wrath. The void burned with sudden light. Human warships erupted from cloaked orbital hangars, sleek vessels bristling with advanced weaponry. Plasma lances and nanotech drones swarmed the alien fleet, cutting through shields and hulls with precision born of relentless training. Commander Mara's voice cut through the comm. Focus fire on the lead cruisers. Disrupt their command. Don't let them regroup. Her eyes never left the tactical display. The battle was a deadly dance, choreographed with a cold grace. The Aegis Sentinel unleashed a gravity pulse, twisting space around the largest enemy vessel until it buckled. Like a broken spine, in the alien flagship's bridge, panic was seeping like a poison. Captain Veron's multiple limbs trembled. They used gravity manipulation, EMP bursts. Their cloaking disruptors confuse our sensors. Melra barked orders, but her voice was breaking under the weight of terror. Retreat? No, this cannot be happening. They're a Deathworld. Species, yes, but to wield such weapons. Back on Earth's fleet, a young tactical officer, Lieutenant Hiroshi Tanaka, whispered, "Why do they fight like this? Like cornered wolves? No, worse. Like predators with nothing to lose." Mara glanced at him, the faintest hint of a smile. Because they are. Earth made us that way. The battle intensified. Explosions rippled across the void like deadly stars collapsing. The alien fleet began to falter, their formations breaking apart under relentless human aggression. Yet beneath the ferocity lay a cold, calculated restraint, a promise not to annihilate, but to protect their home at all costs. Debris scattered through the blackness. Mara's voice hardened. We fight because we must, but mercy, that comes after we survive. The alien forces retreat in disarray, haunted by the fury they unleashed. On Earth, Mara and her team analyze the alien technology, uncovering terrifying truths about their own planet's brutal history. Scientists reveal Earth's Deathworld status is more than myth. It is the crucible that forged humanity's deadly edge. The line between survival and annihilation blurs as Earth prepares to strike again. The warships of the alien invaders scattered like frightened birds through the void, retreating toward the uncharted territories beyond the galactic rim. The battered flagship limped away, shields flickering, systems failing, but victory did not taste sweet aboard the Aegis Sentinel. Commander Mara Jansen stood silently before the panoramic viewport, watching the stars where the enemy fled. The battle was only the opening salvo. It was never meant to be a quick war. Status report, she commanded, voice low and controlled. Lieutenant Hiroshi Tanaka turned from the tactical console, fatigue etched on his young face. They underestimated Earth. Their fleet is broken, but their technology, particularly their cloaking and gravity-based weapons, are beyond anything in our archives. We barely dodged their initial salvo. Agreed, Mara said, but they don't know what we are. We've kept Earth's truth hidden for centuries, deep beneath Earth's surface, in a hidden research complex carved into volcanic rock. Dr. Lena O'Connell stared at the holographic projections floating before her. Alien ship schematics, weapon blueprints, and enigmatic tech signatures filled the dark room. The Earth scientists had been analyzing recovered alien tech from previous encounters for decades, but this battle had brought a new urgency. Lena's team had recently uncovered something disturbing. Our planet isn't just harsh, it's a death world, she explained to the gathered military and scientific officials. High radiation, constant seismic activity, toxic atmospheres in pockets. Earth's environment is one of the most lethal in this galaxy. Life here evolved through brutal natural selection. Her fingers brushed over the simulation of early human ancestors enduring volcanic eruptions and meteor strikes. That crucible forced rapid adaptation. We developed nanotech-based cellular repair mechanisms, EMP resistance, and advanced gravity manipulation before any recorded history. In the command center, Mara listened intently. So the legends are true. Earth's harshness forged our military edge. More than that, Lena said grimly, it explains why your fleet can withstand attacks that cripple others. Your warships integrate bioadaptive tech synced with human operators. It's symbiotic. Ship and pilot are one, Mara nodded. That's why they thought us primitive, and why they're so wrong. Meanwhile, on the alien flagship, the atmosphere was grim. Captain Veron sat hunched over his console, his multi-limbed form betraying exhaustion and despair. How can a planet so apparently backward wield such destructive power? Maelra paced beside him, voice shaking. We misjudged them. Earth is not a world to conquer, but a death world. They survive where others would perish. We were fools to attack first. Veron's eyes glinted with bitter fury. We underestimated their hatred. The humans didn't just defend, they hunted us. Back on Earth, Mara gathered her officers in the war room. We have to prepare for their counterstrike, she said. They will come back with more firepower. But we have the advantage, Earth's death-world nature, our hidden tech, and our willingness to sacrifice everything to protect our home. Lieutenant Tanaka swallowed hard. Are we ready to become what they fear? Mara's gaze was steady. We already are, and they won't survive what's coming next. Outside the war room, the silence was thick with dread and determination. Somewhere in the dark depths of space, alien ships fled into the unknown, carrying tales of the death world called Earth, a place where predators were born and warships were weapons of survival. But the real war was just beginning. As Earth's warships regroup and repair, the brutal truth behind humanity's survival hardens in the minds of both humans and aliens. Commander Mara faces the crushing weight of leadership, while scientists race to unlock more secrets buried deep in Earth's violent past. Alien leaders spiral into desperation, questioning their beliefs as humanity's Deathworld legacy reveals an unstoppable force forged by relentless fire and sacrifice. The Aegis Sentinel groaned softly as repair drones swarmed its battered hull, weaving intricate lattices of nanofibers across ruptured armor plates. Outside, the black void shimmered with the distant glow of retreating alien warships, but inside the ship, tensions simmered like molten steel. Commander Mara Jansen stood alone. On the observation deck, the cold glass beneath her feet a stark contrast to the firestorm churning in her mind. The distant stars seemed indifferent to the chaos unfolding below. "Commander, status on the repairs," Lieutenant Hiroshi Tanaka's voice crackled through the comm. Mara didn't respond immediately. Her eyes traced the faint outlines of space. Debris drifting like silent corpses. "Repairs at 35%, Tanaka continued. "Nanotech systems are holding, but the electromagnetic pulse from the last engagement damaged some core subsystems. We'll need time before full operational." "Capacity. Time we don't have," Mara muttered. "They'll be back. They always come back." Deep within Earth's subterranean research facility, Dr. Lena O'Connell leaned over a cluster of augmented reality displays. The flickering projections danced with scenes of ancient Earth, lava-spewing volcanoes, colossal meteor impacts, toxic storms ravaging primitive ecosystems. "This is why Earth is called a death world," Lena said, voice low and urgent. "The planet's natural disasters forced early life to adapt or perish. Evolution wasn't gradual, it was brutal and rapid." She tapped the image of a humanoid ancestor clad in primitive armor made of bone and chitin. "We developed biological nanotech, a sort of internal repair system that fixes damage before it kills us. Our warships harness that same principle, integrating human physiology with advanced technology." In the alien high command chamber, the mood had darkened into something nearly fatal. Captain Veron's many eyes flickered with unease. "Their biology, their technology, it's fused, a symbiosis we can't comprehend." Melra's antennae twitched nervously. "Our council was arrogant. We thought their primitive status meant weakness." Veron's voice was bitter. "We ignored the warning signs. Earth is a crucible of death, and they are the survivors." Back aboard the Aegis Sentinel, Mara convened a strategy session with her senior officers. "We know their next move will be overwhelming," Mara said, her gaze sweeping the room. "They'll throw everything at us, believing brute force can crush our defenses." Lieutenant Tanaka's fingers danced over his console. "We can use the planet's gravity anomalies as natural traps. Our ships can generate localized gravity wells to disorient enemy formations." Mara nodded. "Good. We'll strike hard. And fast, like the Deathworld forged us." Outside, the void remained eerily silent, the calm before a storm. The stars bore witness to a brutal truth. Humanity's edge was sharpened by relentless fire and sacrifice. Every scar on the Aegis Sentinel was a testament to survival, not just of a species, but of a will, forged in the crucible of a death world. As the warship's systems hummed back to life, Mara allowed herself a moment of reflection. The galaxy had underestimated Earth, not knowing it was a place where only the strongest survived, where warships carried the legacy of a planet that refused to die. Amid the tense calm, Commander Mara and Dr. Lena delved deeper into Earth's Deathworld legacy, uncovering harrowing truths about the sacrifices that shaped humanity's relentless spirit. Meanwhile, the alien invaders scrambled to decode the terrifying human technology they barely comprehend. The lines between myth and reality blur, revealing how Earth's brutal history fuels a warship fleet unlike any other. The low hum of the Aegis Sentinel systems echoed through the dim corridors. Commander Mara's boots clattered as she strode toward the ship's science bay. The weight of command pressed on her shoulders, yet beneath it all was an unyielding fire, a resolve forged in battles both ancient and immediate. Inside the science, Ibay, Dr. Lena O'Connell awaited, her eyes fixed on the holographic display flickering between geological strata and genetic sequences. The display shifted seamlessly from swirling magma flows to DNA helices interlaced with microscopic machinery. "We've always known Earth's past was violent," Lena said without looking up. "But what we're seeing now, it's beyond survival, it's evolution accelerated by necessity. The planetary upheavals triggered genetic adaptations almost overnight." Mara leaned closer, studying the swirling sequences. "Nanotech integrated with our DNA, self-repairing cells, enhanced muscle regeneration. It explains the resilience we see, not just in soldiers, but in every human." "Exactly," Lena nodded. "The Deathworld shaped us. It's why we can endure EMP strikes, radiation bursts, and gravitational anomalies with less damage than other species. Our warships aren't just machines, they're extensions of a living, adaptive system." The scientist's voice dropped to a whisper. "But that's not the whole story." Mara raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" Lena hesitated, then activated another layer of data, images of ancient human battlegrounds, craters filled with twisted metal and scorched earth, remnants of forgotten wars waged long before spaceflight. "These weren't just survival trials," Lena said. "They were sacrifices. We lost billions adapting to this planet's fury. Those ancestors didn't just survive, they weaponized pain, hardship, and death itself." Outside, the alien fleet regrouped in fractured formations. Captain Veron paced in his command chamber, tentacles twitching nervously. His species sensors could detect the faint pulses of human nanotech signatures, a technology far beyond their comprehension. "We must understand how these humans resist," Veron growled. "Their technology is organic and machine intertwined. Our conventional EMP attacks are only partially effective." Veron's second-in-command, Melra, frowned. "Their ships almost heal themselves. It's as if their war machines are alive." "Alive or undead," Veron muttered. "They wield a Deathworld's fury in their veins." Back on the Aegis Sentinel, Mara's comm buzzed urgently. "Commander, new sensor data. Alien reinforcements detected near the Vela sector," Lieutenant Tanaka reported. "They're attempting to flank us." Mara's jaw tightened. "Prepare the gravity wells. We'll turn their strength against them." In the quiet moments before battle, Mara found herself reflecting on humanity's history. The countless sacrifices, the Deathworld crucible that burned away weakness and forged iron wills. The war was no longer just for survival. It was a reckoning. She whispered to herself, "They attacked first, but they didn't know what they were waking." The silence shattered as alarms blared. The Aegis Sentinel shuddered under the initial volley of alien fire. Gravity wells pulsed to life, twisting space around the invaders. Alien ships faltered, their formations unraveling in confusion and panic. "Now," Mara commanded, her voice steel and fire. "Unleash the fury." "Human!" Warships surged forward, their hulls gleaming with the glow of nanotech healing and energy pulses. The Deathworld's legacy had become a weapon, a storm of wrath that no alien fleet had anticipated. As the alien fleet struggles to regroup from the sudden, brutal counterattack, the human warships reveal unexpected tactical advantages born of Earth's violent history and advanced tech. Commander Mara and her crew push the offensive, using gravity wells, nanotech, and precise EMP bursts to cripple the invaders. The aliens' arrogance shatters as they face a relentless force fueled by sacrifice and Deathworld cunning. The alien fleet writhed under the grip of Earth's gravity wells. Ships once confident and swift slowed as invisible forces twisted space and time, disorienting pilots and systems alike. Captain Veron snarled in frustration, clawing at his console as his fleet fragmented under the sudden onslaught. "We underestimated them," Mehelra hissed, her eyes wide with disbelief. "Their technology, it's unlike anything in the galaxy." Veron's tentacles twitched with rage. "It's not just technology, it's instinct, rage, survival carved into every fiber of their being." On the bridge of the Aegis Sentinel, Commander Mara stood tall, eyes locked on the tactical display. The swirling blue and red symbols represented the chaotic dance of death unfolding across the void. She was the calm eye in a storm of fury. "Lieutenant Tanaka," she ordered, "reroute auxiliary power to the EMP arrays. Target the enemy command ships. Disrupt their coordination." "Aye, Commander. EMP charging now," Tanaka replied, fingers flying over controls. Dr. Lena O'Connell, monitoring the nanotech systems, added, "Our ship's self-repair protocols are optimized for rapid damage control. Even when hulls breach, nano-repair swarms seal them almost instantly." Mara nodded. "Good. We can sustain this pace longer than they expect." The truth behind Earth's warships was no secret to the humans on board. They were extensions of a planet that had been forged in violent crucibles, shaped by relentless natural disasters and wars so brutal they had left scars in the very DNA of the species. The first pulse of the EMP hit. Alien ships flickered, shields faltered, and systems shut down in a cascade of failure. Explosions rippled through the enemy lines as human fighters surged forward. Veron hissed in rage. "Deploy countermeasures! Initiate nanoshield protocols!" But it was too late. Human warships, sleek and brutal, struck with surgical precision. Gravity wells created traps where alien vessels became sitting targets. Nanotech repairs kept human ships in the fight, their weapons raining destruction. In the midst of battle, Mara's thoughts drifted momentarily to the legends of Earth's ancient deathworlds, harsh, unforgiving regions where survival meant sacrifice. Those stories were no myth. They were encoded into every soldier's blood, every engineer's design. "Why are they like this?" she whispered under her breath, not for anyone to hear. "Why can they endure what should break them?" A transmission crackled through. It was Sergeant Voss, leading a squadron of fighters in a critical strike. "Commander, we're moving in on the lead cruiser. Shields down, but they're scrambling back up." "Hold formation," Mara instructed. "Keep the gravity wells active. Focus fire on their bridge." Veron's frustration grew. His fleet was faltering under a relentless enemy who didn't just survive, they adapted and struck back with fury. The humans' willingness to sacrifice, to endure, to push beyond limits, shattered the invaders' confidence. "Are these creatures even human?" Mehelra asked, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and awe. Veron's gaze darkened. "They are death incarnate, a warning we ignored at our own peril." Back on Earth, the sacrifice was visible not just in technology, but in the faces of those who fought. Soldier after soldier bore scars, implants, and nanotech enhancements, a living testament to the Deathworld's price. Lieutenant Tanaka's voice cut through the chaos. "Commander, we're detecting an energy surge from their flagship. Something new." Mara's heart pounded. "Prepare for anything, this fight is far from over." As the battle raged, a new sound echoed through the void, the deep, resonant pulse of a massive energy discharge. The alien flagship unleashed a last-ditch weapon, a gravitational collapse aimed at destabilizing Earth's warships. "Brace for impact," Mara shouted, gripping the console. But the Aegis Sentinel and its sister ships twisted the very fabric of space around them, their gravity wells counteracting the collapse. The Deathworld fury wasn't just raw strength, it was control, mastery of chaos itself. The energy wave dissipated, swallowed by the relentless human defense. Veron's fleet broke apart, retreating in disarray. The Deathworld warships advanced, relentless and unyielding. Mara's voice was calm but resolute. They attacked first, now they'll learn what it means to face Earth. As the alien forces retreat in chaos, Earth's commanders uncover deeper layers of alien tactics, psychological warfare, and hidden subterfuge beneath the massive warships. Commander Mara and her team grapple with the haunting realization that this fight is not just physical but mental, as alien strategies exploit fear and distrust. The war intensifies as humanity's unyielding spirit meets alien cunning lurking in the shadows. The vacuum of space was heavy with tension. The warships, hulking and battered, drifted in a precarious formation. The enemy fleet had fallen back, but the scars left behind were fresh, the losses staggering on both sides. Commander Mara stood silent on the bridge of the Aegis Sentinel, the glow from the tactical screens flickering against her face. Despite the resounding success of the counterattack, an uneasy feeling gnawed at her. "Something's not right," she murmured, her gaze narrowing. Lieutenant Tanaka's fingers paused over the controls. "I'm picking up unusual readings. Commander, interference patterns in the subspace comm channels, almost like whispers." Dr. Lena O'Connell's eyes widened behind her lenses. "Whispers? Psychological interference," Mara said grimly. "They're trying to infiltrate our minds, seed doubt, confusion." The truth hit Mara hard. This was no ordinary enemy. These invaders fought not only with fleets and weapons, but with shadows and lies, weapons far deadlier and more insidious than any missile. Elsewhere on the ship, Sergeant Voss gathered his squad for a briefing. His voice was low but sharp. "The enemy isn't done. While their big ships retreat, smaller stealth crafts are slipping beneath our radar. They're probably scouting or setting traps." "Could they be planting EMP mines or worse?" one soldier asked. "Exactly," Voss nodded. "Expect the unexpected." In a quiet observation bay, Mara studied the enemy flagship's last known data. Its hull bore strange scars, markings not made by human weaponry. Closer inspection revealed nanosignatures unlike anything Earth had catalogued. "They're evolving their tech mid-battle," O'Connell observed. "Adaptive nanobots rewriting themselves on the fly." Mara's mind raced. This means they could be patching vulnerabilities faster than we can exploit them. Suddenly, the ship's alarms screamed. "Contact! Stealth drones detected at UC. Vector 370, Tanaka announced. Mara's heartbeat quickened. "Deploy countermeasures. Alert all units to prepare for close-quarter combat." The ship's external sensors flickered, struggling to detect the near-invisible drones. These were not mere machines, but bioengineered terror weapons, part organic, part tech, silent hunters programmed to sabotage and kill. Below decks, Voss readied his team, the hum of power armor filling the corridor. "These things won't show mercy," he warned. "We've trained for this, but remember, they feed on fear. Hold your ground." In the dark void outside, tiny shadows darted like deadly ghosts. They slipped past Earth's gravity fields, weaving through sensor nets with ease. One drone latched onto the Aegis Sentinel's hull, injecting nanites that began to corrode the ship's outer plating. Inside, the crew felt the first tremors as emergency panels flickered and power dipped in certain sectors. "Nanites on the hull," O'Connell confirmed. "They're spreading!" Mara clenched her fists. "Contain them. Initiate internal nanotech defenses. Flood affected sectors with counter-nanobots." Fighting these hidden enemies became a race against time. Every moment lost meant deeper infestation. Meanwhile, on the alien flagship, Veron's composure cracked. "How could this be?" he demanded. "Our stealth tech is superior." Melra's eyes were hollow. "They adapt faster than we imagined. Their history is a war." Forged by Deathworlds, they are resilient beyond calculation. Back on the Aegis Sentinel, Mara issued an order that stunned even her. Prepare to deploy the Silent Song protocol. Tanaka's brow furrowed. Commander, that's a last resort psychological weapon. It disrupts the enemy's neural links, but can cause heavy collateral effects. Mara's gaze was icy. We have no choice. If we don't stop these drones now, the whole fleet is compromised. The ship's main speaker emitted a deep, pulsating resonance, an ancient Earth, frequency tuned to exploit the alien nervous system's vulnerabilities. The silent song vibrated through the hull and out into space. The enemy drones convulsed, their biotech writhing in agony as neural feedback cascaded through their systems. One by one, they detached, spiraling into the void, disabled. But the victory was bitter. Several ship sectors had already suffered damage beyond immediate repair. Crew members fought exhaustion and dread, knowing the aliens were not done yet. In the quiet aftermath, Mara's mind raced with haunting questions. Why had the aliens attacked so suddenly? Had they truly underestimated Earth? Or was this a gambit? She knew the galaxy would never see Earth the same way again. The human warships reorganized, battered, but unbowed. We will fight in darkness and silence, Mara vowed. Because Earth does not just survive, Earth conquers. In the tense calm after the silent song strikes, Earth's forces brace for a new wave of alien tactics. Commander Mara and her team uncover hints that the enemy's attack was only a distraction from a deeper, hidden threat, something lurking beneath Earth's surface. As paranoia and mistrust rise, both sides prepare for a devastating confrontation that could decide the fate of worlds. The Aegis Sentinel's hull still hummed faintly with the echo of the silent song. The eerie resonance had purged the drones. But the aftermath hung like a thick fog over the ship. Mara paced the command deck, eyes fixed on the starfield outside, the black infinity where enemies could be hiding. "Status report," she ordered. Lieutenant Tanaka's voice was grim. "We've sealed off all infected compartments, but several critical systems are operating at reduced capacity. Nanite contamination still active in sectors 5 and 9. Dr. Lena O'Connell swiped through her tablet, frowning deeply. "Our countermeasures slowed the spread, but these nanites are unlike anything we've ever encountered. Their molecular structure is adaptive, changing shape and function to evade destruction." Mara's jaw tightened. "And the source?" O'Connell hesitated. "I believe they're not from the ships alone. Some of these bio-nanites could have been on Earth long before this conflict." The thought chilled Mara more than any alien weapon, a hidden invasion not from space, but from the ground beneath their feet. Down in the ship's secure briefing room, the senior command gathered. The glow of tactical hollows cast long shadows on their faces. "Everyone," Mara began, "we may be facing more than an external attack. These nanites are a symptom, not the whole disease." Captain Rylan leaned forward, voice steady but sharp. "You're suggesting this is an inside job?" "Not exactly," Mara replied, "but it means our home planet may harbor secrets, biological weapons or remnants from a past war that the aliens counted on. It's possible they triggered something dormant. Outside, the skies of Earth's orbit were heavy with tension. The alien fleet, though battered, had vanished into cloaked subspace, leaving behind ghostly traces that vanished as soon as sensors tried to lock on. Meanwhile, in an underground facility on Earth's surface, Dr. O'Connell's research team worked feverishly. "Look at this," one scientist said, pointing at a hologram displaying ancient molecular patterns. "These nanites resemble early Earth bioforms, but engineered with advanced molecular coding. What if Earth itself was weaponized?" Mara's voice echoed through the comlink. Back on the Aegis Sentinel, Mara's mind was haunted by memories of her childhood on a harsh frontier world, one where survival demanded relentless adaptation and sacrifice. Earth was not a sanctuary. It was a crucible forged in fire. Suddenly the ship's alarms blared again. Incoming vessel, detected at close range. Tanaka shouted, "Unknown craft, no transponder, cloaked, but approaching fast." "Battle stations," Mara ordered. "This time, no mercy." The vessel emerged, a sleek, black arrow slicing through the void. Its surface rippled with active camouflage, warping light and space around it. Weapons hot. "Prepare for boarding," Mara said, gripping the armrest of her command chair. The enemy craft locked on and launched multiple plasma bolts. The Aegis Sentinel shields flared under the barrage, but Mara could see the impact zones glowing dangerously close to critical sections. "Deploy intercept drones, activate point defense turrets," Tanaka commanded. Outside, a fierce dance of lasers and missiles lit the void as the Aegis Sentinel fought desperately to protect itself. Inside, the ship shook violently. "Hull breach in Sector 7, an officer yelled. "Damage control teams en route." Mara knew this battle was not just about ships and weapons. It was about will, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of humanity. Her voice calm but resolute, she addressed the crew. "Hold the line. Every inch we lose is a victory for those who underestimated us. We're more than warships and weapons. We are Earth's fury made flesh." As the battle raged, Mara caught a glimpse on the tactical holoscreen, a shadow moving beneath the enemy vessel. "Could it be?" she whispered. Beneath the alien craft, unknown forces stirred, creatures and machines hidden in darkness, waiting for the moment to strike. The veil of silence was about to be shattered. As the alien assault intensifies, Earth's forces uncover a secret lurking beneath the planet's crust. Commander Mara leads a covert team into subterranean depths where ancient technology and bioengineered horrors await. The line between ally and enemy blurs as Earth's true defenses awaken, unleashing primal fury in a battle that transcends space. The cavern breathed cold and heavy beneath their boots, the air thick with the scent of ozone and ancient stone. Mara's squad advanced cautiously, guided by flickering lumen emitters that barely cut through the suffocating darkness. "Sensors are picking up irregular energy spikes," whispered Lieutenant Cade. "Looks like some kind of bioengineered reactor, or worse." The walls pulsed faintly, veins of crystalline minerals glowing an eerie green. It was unlike anything in Earth's known geology. This was alien, or perhaps something Earth had long forgotten. "Look here," Dr. O'Connell's voice broke the silence. She knelt before a strange device embedded in the rock. "This tech, millennia, old by our standards, is linked to the nanites. It's been feeding them, evolving them." Mara's eyes narrowed. "So the enemy wasn't just attacking us. They activated a weapon beneath our feet." Suddenly the ground trembled. A low, guttural roar echoed through the cavern. "Contact!" shouted Cade, raising his plasma rifle. From the shadows emerged a grotesque hybrid, part machine, part living organism, its chitinous exoskeleton shimmering with nanoscale armor. Its many eyes reflected hatred and ancient pain. "Deathworld predator," O'Connell breathed, horrified. "This was designed to be unstoppable." Mara raised her weapon. "Then let's prove it wrong." The squad opened fire, energy beams, cutting through the darkness. The creature moved with terrifying speed, adaptive reflexes overriding human tactics. As the battle raged, Mara noticed something, patterns in its movement, a hesitation near the crystalline veins. "Focus on the glowing sections," she ordered. The team adjusted their fire, targeting the pulsing mineral veins. The creature shrieked, staggering back as the energy source destabilized. Back on the Aegis Sentinel, the alien fleet regrouped, deploying ground forces to counter Earth's resistance. Admiral Serath's voice crackled through the comlink, cold and urgent. "Your planet is a tomb. Surrender now, and avoid total annihilation." Mara's fingers clenched the compad. "You came to bury us without knowing we were the seed of your downfall." Underground, the battle escalated as more bioengineered horrors emerged, each more terrifying than the last. The ancient tech beneath Earth was waking, responding to the alien threat with primal fury. Mara glanced at her squad, exhausted but unbroken. They fought not just for survival, but for the soul of their world. "This is our death world," she said, "and we will not bow." Above, the war raged on, but below, a new front had opened, one that could turn the tide forever. With the subterranean, horrors unleashed, Earth's forces brace for a devastating counterattack. Commander Mara leads a desperate push to control the ancient weapon network hidden beneath the planet. Meanwhile, alien commanders grapple with fear and disbelief as their sophisticated fleets crumble before the savage, relentless human defense. The tremors beneath Earth grew stronger, a brutal heartbeat pulsing from the planet's core. Mara's team fought deeper into the labyrinth, their every step shaking the ground as ancient machines hummed to life. "This way," O'Connell said, breathless, pointing to a colossal door etched with cryptic symbols. Some kind of control, nexus for the underground weaponry. Mara's fingers danced over the interface, activating long-dormant circuits. The cavern lit with a spectral glow, revealing massive conduits filled with shimmering nanites, swirling like storms in glass tubes. "It's a network," O'Connell whispered, awe and dread tangled in her voice. "A planetary defense system, designed to annihilate any invader." Up above, the alien commanders watched in disbelief as their forces were decimated by what seemed like untamed, savage warriors wielding unimaginable power. Serath's voice cut through the bridge's chaos, trembling with rare uncertainty. "How can a primitive species withstand our assault? They should have fallen in the first volley." His advisor, Zelthar, lowered his mandibles in thought. "They are not primitive. Their technology, it's a living weapon. This planet itself is their arsenal." Back underground, Mara's squad rushed to stabilize the control nexus as biomechanical beasts clawed at the entrance, howling in rage. "Hold the line!" Mara shouted, firing a burst that lit the cavern in blazing energy. Cade slashed through another creature with a blade humming in quantum resonance. "These things adapt fast. The nanotech is evolving on the fly," O'Connell's voice echoed from the control room. "I'm uploading a command protocol. If it succeeds, the nanites will target hostile invaders exclusively." The moment the protocol finished, the nanites surged outward, morphing into sleek, deadly forms that attacked with ruthless precision. The tide turned. The subterranean beasts, now controlled, swarmed through fissures to the surface battlefields, joining Earth's forces. On the alien bridge, the dread became palpable. Their flagship shook violently from nanite swarms piercing its hull. Serath's voice cracked in desperation. "Retreat! Fall back to secondary formations!" Zelthar's eyes blazed with fury. "We underestimated them. Earth was never just a planet. It's a crucible." Mara took a deep breath, the cold glow of the control room reflecting in her eyes. "We fight not just for survival," she said quietly, "but to prove the galaxy wrong about humanity." As the alien fleet faltered and Earth's forces surged, the war's true nature revealed itself. A clash, not just of arms, but of primal fury and survival instincts, honed on a death world. The battle escalates beyond Earth's atmosphere as desperate alien reinforcements arrive. Commander Mara coordinates a daring strike to cripple their flagship, using cloaked warships and advanced nanotech. Meanwhile, alien leaders face internal chaos as faith in their supremacy shatters and humanity's brutal resilience reshapes the galaxy's balance of power. The void outside Earth's atmosphere burned with the trails of plasma and the thunder of distant explosions. Mara's command vessel Nemesis drifted silently in the darkness, cloaked beneath a shimmer of nanite camouflage. Status report. Mara's voice was sharp, cutting through the tense silence. Lieutenant Cade's eyes scanned multiple holoscreens. The alien flagship Jarquil is repairing after sustaining heavy damage. Reinforcements are en route, but fragmented. Mara's jaw tightened. We don't have time to wait. This ends tonight. In the alien command chamber aboard Jarquil, Admiral Serath paced. Rage and fear etched across his features. They came from nowhere, Serath snarled. Like ghosts in the void. Their ships cloak and strike with precision no primitive species should possess. His second-in-command, Zelthar, growled low. The Deathworld beneath them fuels their fury. We face not just a race, but an ecosystem of war. Mara gave the order. Prepare the nanite swarm missiles and target the flagship's core reactor. We'll cripple their heart before their reinforcements regroup. Cade nodded. Deploying cloaked fighter squadrons now. Outside, streaks of light tore through the blackness. Cloaked human warships weaved between alien cruisers, releasing microscopic swarms that ate through shield generators and communication arrays. The flagship shuddered violently as its core alarms screamed. Back on Earth, the subterranean network pulsed with renewed vigor. O'Connell's voice crackled over comms, tense but hopeful. The nanites have fully integrated with the planet's defense systems. They can now anticipate and counter alien maneuvers in real time. Mara's voice was resolute. Good. Keep it up. Every second counts. A brilliant explosion ripped through the flagship's hull. The alien fleet faltered as Mara's forces exploited the chaos. Serath's command fractured as panic spread among his ranks. We've underestimated humanity's wrath. They're not just survivors, they're predators. Mara stood on the bridge of Nemesis, eyes blazing with fierce determination. This is our reckoning, she whispered. For every betrayal, every war they brought upon us, Earth fights back, not with mercy, but with the fury of a death world. The final push began, and the galaxy would never be the same. The shattered alien fleet retreats, beaten and broken. Humanity stands battered, but unbowed, reclaiming their world and asserting a terrifying new presence in the galaxy. Commander Mara reflects on the cost of survival, the price of revenge, and the uncertain future of a galaxy that must now reckon with Earth's death world fury. The silence after the storm was deafening. Outside Earth's atmosphere, the remnants of the alien fleet limped away, broken vessels scarred by relentless nanite swarms and precision strikes. On the bridge of Nemesis, Commander Mara exhaled deeply, the weight of countless lives lost etched into her expression. The enemy retreats, Cade said quietly, awe and relief mingling in his voice. Mara's gaze remained fixed on the stars beyond. Not defeated, just humbled. Beneath the surface, the ancient weapon network powered down, its furious pulse settling into a quiet hum. O'Connell appeared on the comms screen, weary but victorious. The planet breathes easier, Commander. We've reclaimed our death world. Elsewhere, alien leaders convened in crisis. Serath's shoulders sagged beneath the weight of defeat and shattered pride. We misjudged them, he confessed bitterly. Earth was never a target to conquer. It was a crucible to survive. Back on Earth, Mara walked through the devastated cityscape, the scars of war etched into every building, every street. Survivors emerged from shelters, faces marked by exhaustion and fierce pride. A child's laugh broke through the gloom, a reminder of hope in the ashes. Mara paused, staring skyward. We showed them who we are, she murmured. Not victims, not prey, but the hunters of the stars. The galaxy had learned a brutal truth. Earth was a death world, and its warships were the embodiment of its savage heart. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Humanity would never be underestimated again.